Excuse me. There was a time when um, I thought that luxury brought happiness. I thought that comforts brought happiness. I thought many things brought that so-called happiness, right? But when I realized that it's really the simple, small things that you end up doing, like that remembrance of that moment you have been with that significant other, etc., etc. Those few moments are more valuable than literally anything. I mean, you could say that the meaning of life is to find value, but what if life itself is the value that you're given? So it's like there's no really going back. Yes, we are on earth. Yes, we are shoved into corners by different people to do different things. And yes, we do have a responsibility to people. We owe it up to ourselves to be greater than we were yesterday. But in essence, greatness is an illusion. What is greatness? What's greatness to the cat is not greatness to the dog, with all respect. It's just as you go along in this journey of life, you realize people come around you and their energy isn't always supposed to be around you. And it's not like they've done something wrong. It's just, if your path is different, don't expect to throw a club party in a monastery, is what I'm saying. Some people just like the vibe of pulling themselves down, and some people like the vibe of upliftment. And it's not that putting yourself down or bringing your energy down like as a wrong thing. It's just two sides of the same coin. Sometimes you do need to be grounded to be able to express yourself. Other times you do need to feel light in order to understand what you are actually going through from a deeper perspective. That being said, take care of yourselves. Apparently the lion gates have opened. So it's like all Leos or all fire signs are getting a rude awakening. But I believe after 2022, the world wasn't the same. A lot of things are going to happen. A lot of things have changed. Earth is corresponding more with the heart chakra than ever before. And it's valuable to pretend like everything is okay when it should be better than okay. And some people get a little upset that some things are better than okay. But if I privileged my body, I'd be lying. If I privileged my mind, I'd be lying. But if I privileged having my consciousness, that being mine, I think that would be the best realization one could ever have, putting upon their conscience over everything. Because even after this body changes, even after the mind fluctuates to another thought, you still end up in the same rut that you are here again. So that's why it's like you wouldn't be smoking a joint and getting the same experience if you were to smoke a cigarette. You wouldn't be getting the same experience if you drank gin compared to vodka. Meaning the flavor of your experience is dependent on your choice and how you approach it. There's nothing wrong with gin or weed or vodka. It's just how are you using it to better yourself? In my life, I've used many things to transform myself. Many things in the sense that I experimented. And experimentation's fun, but you have to be willing to take the risk to actually experiment. Most people live life as if it's happening to them. What if you just said, "No, I'm gonna make life happen to me on these terms"? These videos are made for a bigger reason, to not find myself sulking or stuffed up or choked up with the amount of expressions I want to express. It's not about how hard you can scream, it's about, is your scream heard or not? Allegorically, we're not talking about literal screaming, but we're talking about vocalizing your thoughts. In the end of the day, a man who doesn't know that he can think is technically a man living in his feelings. It's not dangerous, but yeah, I mean, they're just two paths, right? And when I make art, I know that I'm forced to use my feelings more than my logic. Because if I just make art with logic, I know that it's coming from a more constructed way, so it doesn't make me feel satisfied. So that's when I shifted over to the more. So yeah, sorry about that. I had a Agent Smith pop up and just fuck up the video. Obviously, it always happens. Where was I? So the moral of the story is: do not expect to be treated like you want to be treated. Expect yourself like you are what you are, because you are that. Certain things don't happen for no reason. Certain things don't change your perception for no reason. Like when I saw how toxic my family was, I decided to break the cycle and not be toxic. I mean, not knowing how you feel on such a high vibration is the easiest way to turn into a psychopath. And such people are damn rare to come across. Someone who knows what they're feeling is dangerous in a beautiful way. So that being said, make art, stay grounded, don't go crazy over what you think or don't need to think. The real truth is, everyone deserves freedom. Everyone deserves the right to walk and talk and do whatever they want. But the reality is, there are bots, there are entities taking up space that are technically meant to be off the planet. No flex. I mean, I've seen so many people live their lives like they're animals, and I think that as soon as you don't be an animal, as soon as you snap out of that loop and you become something greater than even a human, is the time you reach your so-called